Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Weekly Roundup.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Weekly Roundup, and welcome to my new space in City Hall. During the time that we were closed because of COVID, we had to make some changes. So I am now located on the second floor. If you come into City Hall, you'll still stop in the clerk's office and someone will help you find me up here. But we figured it'd be a good chance for everyone to see one of the changes that we've been making in the time that we are closed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I lived out of boxes for a few weeks, but we are kind of closing in on everything now. So we are taking guests on the second floor of City Hall. So a few things for you this week. The first, I'm going to try to talk about some coronavirus items, and then we'll end the meeting on a more positive note with other positive things. So this week, we did release some athletic guidelines for the sports that happen inside the city. So when we talked, I think last week, about opening up registration for city-sponsored youth programming and adult programming and home games for private clubs, we said that we needed some time to prepare some athletic guidelines that pertain to the coronavirus. So those have been posted on our city website and on the city Facebook page, and I'd encourage you to take a look at those. We will be providing them and are encouraging our clubs to provide them to parents and guardians who are registering children and participating in youth sports and adult programming here in the city. This week, we also released some metrics that we use to make decisions here. So we were posting our numbers every day at 2 o'clock. This week, we have shifted, and we're going to continue with that shift to posting numbers on Mondays and Fridays. And we're posting that in a new form. It's a graph that has positive, recovered, and active. And then in the text, we're also posting the percentage, our hospitalization rate, essentially. So we've made that shift to Mondays and Fridays. And then on Wednesdays, we'll be sharing the metrics that we're using to help inform the decisions that we're making for city-sponsored events and programming and activities. And when people ask us our opinion, it's also the document and the guide and the metrics that we use to help inform those opinions. So we wanted to be transparent in providing you all the information that really predominantly guides the decisions that we're making as a city. You probably saw this week that Lights and Sirens has been canceled. I'm presuming everyone kind of anticipated that coming, considering much larger events have canceled. But Lights and Sirens is a city-sponsored event and will not happen this year. On a positive note, the library will be reopening on Monday. So on the 15th, I believe, if that's Monday, they are reopening a lot, if not nearly all of their services, some just in a different way. So I would encourage you to check out their Facebook and website so that you can see the information that lists their reopening plans. Knowing that a lot of people have been purchasing home pools, I've heard no one can get them. They're sold out. We want to make sure that you are practicing good safety using your home pools. So we posted this week some really easy and consumable tips for how to have a safe home pool, whether it's, a bona fide pool that's there all the time, or it's a pool like we have that we pop up at the beginning of the year and take down in the fall. There's still good recommendations and suggestions for home safety with your pool. Things that we were doing that I've now changed because I had to edit and review that document. So I would encourage everyone that has a home pool to take a look at that. Saturday, June 27th is going to be, there's a blood drive here in Watertown, and they are looking for people to obviously join that blood drive. You can pre-register for that, and I've gone through the process. It's very efficient and very COVID guideline friendly. So I would encourage you to take a peek. We have it on our city website, on our city Facebook page. And I know I saw the school district share it as well. So there's a need for blood donation right now and all the time, but now in particular as well. So please consider making a donation if you can. We shared some updates this week about Sharp Corner Park. So I'm thrilled, frankly, to have something positive to focus on, to spend some time on during the day, and to be able to know that we're going to have something really profound and exciting and a safer intersection in our own community. There's been some questions that I just want to remind people about. If you scroll, probably to the early spring, there's a long post about Sharp Corner Park and what funded it, what the purpose is, what the reasoning behind the change is. I'm not going to repeat all that, but if it's of interest to you, I would encourage you to go there. Just as a reminder, this park is being funded out of developer fees, grant money, and a very small portion, if we need it for, benches and things like that, would come out of our property tax dollars. But otherwise, this park has been brought up almost completely. Actually, it has at this point through grants and some developer fee funding. So I just don't want people to be confused that we couldn't fund a pool, but we can fund this park. Completely different pots of money that can't be intermingled. There is a mayor meetup next Friday, and we this year we made a change. People asked for some evening hours, so this year we accommodated a couple of evening and weekend hours. The mayor meetup next Friday is in the evening, and it's at 5:00. We have to make some decisions on if we're going to keep it in the location that it's in, because that location can be very busy. And so we'll post some information and an update on that in the event itself on Facebook. But if you're interested in attending, go to our Facebook page and find the event for the mayor meetup for next Friday. So I know there's been, understandably, a lot of questions about the 4th of July. I think I shared last week that we were working on providing some level of activity for the 4th of July. So just as a follow-up to that, we're continuing to try to provide some events for the 4th of July. We're working with members of the business community and the parade committee to see what we can come together and provide to the community for the 4th. I know one item in particular that's getting a lot of question is the fireworks. And the city will be shooting off fireworks on the 4th of July. We are not disclosing the location of those right now, simply because we're working to not have large groups of people gathering. Acknowledging that a lot of areas around us are canceling fireworks. Not only would we have our typical crowd, but we would also have likely people coming in from other communities. So the take home here is yes, 4th of July fireworks in the city, but we are not going to share quite yet what the location of those are. I will share with you, we do not plan to have them at the usual location, acknowledging that people probably think that's the case. So we're not trying to be cagey. We're just trying to, acknowledge that we still have a pandemic going on, but we have a holiday that's very, very worthy of celebration. So more information on that will be forthcoming. That is all that I have for this week. I think it's supposed to be pretty nice for the next few days, so I would encourage you all to get outside, do our kayak rental program, rent one of our facilities that we have in the community, whether it be pickleball or tennis. Just get outside and enjoy this beautiful community that we have. So have a good weekend, everyone. I'll see you back next week.